Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the new Fractal jaw set for the Cosmos Industrial Push Button Quick Positioning Bench Vise, and that's what we have here. I've done a video on that, but let's take a closer look at this Fractal set. Now this whole bench vise, not with the Fractal jaws, sells for about $795, and then the Fractal jaw set is about another $200, it's $195. But it's an amazing set of jaws, a must-have if you already own this vise. So let's take a close look at it. Now I did a video a moment ago on this little Fractal vise, this small one from Edgelet, and as you can see, there's a bit of a size difference here. These little Fractal jaw tips right here are these guys right here. So you can see it's quite a bit larger. In fact, these are bigger than the largest set of rotating ones. So they're two different kinds of Fractal vises, you know, the larger and smaller. Now the Fractal vise, as I mentioned in that video, basically distributes the load over the contours of an irregular shaped object. So if you're pushing, it's going to push evenly on this, you know, as the object, you know, makes resistance as you're closing the vise. But then you've got two sets of those, and that will make the equivalent amount of force or resistance on the object between these two plates. And then since they all can rotate, you can take something like, well, I've got this Craftsman knife instead of an egg, and I can slide that in, line these up, and when I crank this down, you can see how they conform to the contours. And I can actually put quite a bit of force because this amount of force is the same as that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So it's in there nice and tight. You're not worried about crunching one small piece. Now this Fractal jaw set is one of many jaw sets you can get for the push button quick positioning bench vise from Cosmos. These just pop right out. They have, you can see a magnet here, and then the holes that align with the pins in the vise, so you could take a different one and just slide that on if you wanted to, just like that. It's that easy. They also have some bolt holes here, I guess, for more permanent mounting, but that's it. They're in. Let's try a couple of other things. Now here's one. If I've got a battery, well, the battery, I want to hold it this way. If I try to put it in the center, what can happen with a large vise like this, you know, I could drop it in just like that, or I can move it up. And this is kind of neat to see. If I put it right in the center of the top jaw set, I'm going to have these fold down. Look at that. How they just kind of crunch around it till it's in there solid. So there's lots of variability with how these things can grab. What about just a large circle? That's when the quick positioning really comes in. I'll line this up, slide this in, start cranking. There we go. It's in there nice and snug. So even though these don't make contact, so it's only got 4 positions because this is so large, you can see right there, it is evenly distributing the force across those 4 points instead of 8 different points. This one's kind of fun. I've got a, I'll do this side. How about this wrench? What's going to happen here? Let's see. Look at that. That's in there nice and snug. Not going anywhere. So just a beautiful expression of mathematics here. What about if you're doing something, let's say I want to work on the base of this, and I've got an irregular shaped battery here, so I can just slide that in and then gently close this down till it's in nice and snug. Just like that. Move that around so you can see. Slide this forward right there. Pretty slick. So anyway, there are probably at least 6 different other kinds of jaws once you get into this system, but this Fractal jaw set is really exciting for me. I mean, the Fractal jaws, even though they've been around for a while, I don't know, maybe they disappeared, but now there seems to be a lot more interest in them, not just by me. And then having such a gorgeous design, and not a dedicated fractal jaw vise, but an on-demand fractal jaw vise. So I can use it for all kinds of other things. And this, I'll put a link to my original video, but this is such a sweet vise if you want something where you just push a button to quickly align it. And then being able to slide this, just push this button and you can slide it back and forth, so you can easily move from very small objects to larger objects to small objects, and then just crank it in once you're ready to go. So there it is. Drop that in. I think that's just kind of cool. That's why I used it as my thumbnail. The way that just grabs. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.